welcome to Somerville Highlander Playoff Volleyball on Somerville NTV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today at Broome Fieldhouse, the Highlanders open the qualifying round of the MIAA Division I tournament against perennial power Boston College High. As the Eagles come in with a 10-10 record overall. They are ranked number 35, but they are 2 years removed from an Elite Eight appearance in the Division I playoffs. Highlanders come in 13-7 overall, number 30 seed, hosting the Eagles today. You look at that Eagles 10-10 record and you wonder how they wound up with that 500 record. Their best outside hitter, Ben Cleary, number 18, was out for 6 weeks of the season. He returned 2 weeks ago. And BC High, just a week and a half ago, were able to upset Globe-ranked number 17, I should say, Greater New Bedford, in 4 sets, 3-1. So the Eagles back at full strength. The Highlanders might have the toughest matchup in the qualifying rounds, and we will see what happens today as the seniors for the Highlanders back into the playoffs this year. Lost in 4 sets last year's qualifying round at Lowell, but they are back at it here at home as they've earned the home game here at Broome Fieldhouse. As Dylan Maiden will go back to begin at the service line for the Highlanders. Keep an eye on number 18, Ben Cleary. He is a tremendous player and an excellent, powerful swinger from the outside as Maiden starts off with the service fault. As we are underway here at Broome Fieldhouse, Cleary starting out on the service line for the Eagles. Swango looks for the inside. Set there, but it's not necessary. As the Eagles, point goes to the Eagles. It was the Highlanders. They're going to say Ozzie was into the net. At least they defined it as number 7 into the net. Ozzie Marks, Highlander senior setter. Over 1,000 assists in his career. Did play with Ben Cleary in an all-star game type situation, on an all-star team type situation. So the set comes here to the near side. Nice block there as Swango gets up, but we're into the net once again. As this time it was Julian Chetty. Possibly some opening game jitters here for the Highlanders, down 3-0. 3 serving nil. Marks with the set. Bienemy has to adjust, and he does. Now Cleary will set to the outside. Good hit there from Aaron Ewing as he picks up the kill for the Eagles. 4 serving nil here. It's the Highlanders starting off slowly here in their home opportunity in the MIAA playoffs, of course. Best 3 out of 5 sets. Each set goes to 25 points. If it goes to a 5th set, that will be a 15-point set, and you have to win each set by 2. As Bienemy able to tap that over. Not a clean hit for Evans, but he's able to get the point. Connor Bicknell back at the service line for the Highlanders. As Bicknell's service solid there. The return here from the Eagles, and there you see Cleary as he comes flying in from the back line, earning that kill. Well placed here on the near side back corner. Highlanders are really going to have to work defensively against number 18 today. 5 serving 1. Kyle McConville back at the service line. Service return here by the Highlanders. Chetty looking for it. Chetty finding it. As Julian Chetty, the senior Chetty, picks up the kill. Side out back over to the Highlanders. 2 serving 5. As Julian heads back to the service line now. 1st to 5 here in the first set are the Eagles. Chetty's service goes long. Tried to tuck it in here near side back corner. Second service fault for the Highlanders here in this first set. Talked about all season long the importance of consistent service. Jacob Vu with the service for the Eagles. Good block there on the front line of the Torlentis attempt. Eli tries to push that one over, got into the net though. So he tried to push it around the block. 7 serving 2 now. Vu again at the service line. Maiden begins the return. This has to go over. Good job there by Torlentis, getting a touch on that one and getting it over. This has to go over from the Eagles. It gets over but goes out. Eagles libero, Quang Trong, not able to control that shot. 3 serving 7. Zach Swango back at the service line for the Highlanders. It's the Zach attack. Set here from Vu. Good dig out there by Swango, I should say. As Torlentis' cross-court kill attempt goes wide. Side out back to the Eagles, 8 serving 3. Aaron Ewing back at the service line for the Eagles. Chetty gets that return back immediately off the first touch. Good job there by Bicknell. So he's able to get to dig on that. Now an opportunity for the Eagles. Great job by Junior Ko as he blocks that one right back. Torlentis loads it up. Great dig by Trong, leading to the kill. So strong. Ben Cleary with the elevation and the power with that big swing. 9 serving 3 now. Eagles coming in 10-10, number 35 seed overall, but you can certainly see the talent and the skill is there for a higher ranking if they had not lost their best outside hitter for 6 weeks, as Eli Torlentis adds another one to his career total. Well over 600 kills for Eli. 4 serving 9 now. Ozzie Marks with the service. Back near side. Great kill there by Calvin Flaherty as Flaherty flew in from the right side. He was able to push that through the kill. 4-10, I should say, serving 4. Quang Trong back at the service line. That'll be the first service fault for the Eagles here in the first set. Eagles first to 10, doubling up the Highlanders. 10-5, 5 serving 10 is Torlentis back at the service line. Eli, see if he decides to tune up the band here. And he will, looks like he will. Tunes it right up and hits it a bit long. See if Eli keeps with the powerful serve. Accuracy being so important with the service. 3 service faults here for the Highlanders. 3 points for the Eagles. It's Calvin Flaherty back at the service line now for the Eagles. 11 serving 5. Maiden starts the return. Ko off the touch from Ozzie. Cleary, soft send there. Dug out by Ozzie. This has to go over from Chetty, and it does. No danger. Opportunity here as they're going to set Cleary on that far side. And he cross-court kills it. Huge swing again from number 18. He's already got 3 kills early on in this match. 12 serving 5. Highlanders out to a slow start here in set number 1. Timeout taken by head coach Steve Walker. Wants to talk things over with his team. Catch you up really quickly on what's going on postseason-wise for the Highlanders, as the Highlander girls lacrosse team headed up to Masconomet in their qualifying round matchup. Coming out on the short side of that one, 15-5. Boys tennis, after a tremendous regular season, into the playoffs, hosting Shepherd Hill Regional Ended up losing that one yesterday by the score of 3-2. Tough loss there for the Highlander boys team. However, the girls team came away with the victory over Medford. We'll have coverage of that, special coverage of that, available here on Somerville Ed TV. Once we edit that together, we'll have that victory against Medford for you as they will head down to Hingham to take on the number 4 seeded Hingham tennis team. That will be Friday night for the Highlanders. Highlanders get the side out, service fault. Maiden at the service line. And we'll give Dylan an ace on that one. Strong had a tough time with that one. Dylan Maiden getting the ace, 7 serving 12. Highlanders need a run of good service here from Dylan. That's going to be a lifted ball. Second ace in a row here for Dylan. 8 serving 12. Highlanders trying to get back into this one after falling behind initially. That service from Dylan goes wide to the far side. 4 service faults here in the first set for the Highlanders. Side out back over to the Eagles. Ben Cleary back at the service line, 13 serving 8. Good service from Cleary. Setting Bienemy. And Evans Bienemy. Big swing from the far side for the Highlander senior. His second kill of the match. Bicknell back to the service line. 9 serving 13. Soft service there from Connor. Didn't get it up quite over the net. BC High with the side out. McConville back at the service line. Service return here for the Highlanders, looking for Chetty on the outside. Partially blocked. Cleary with the dig. Opportunity up front for Ewing. Great block by the Highlanders. Zach Swango. Ozzie Marks combining on that one. 10 serving 14 now. Chetty back to the service line. Highlanders had a special treat, a motivational speech from an assistant coach at MIT, Kostas Theocharidis. He is a legendary volleyball player from Greece, Greek Olympian, and the all-time NCAA kills leader from his time at Hawaii. He now resides here in Somerville and gave a motivational speech to the team yesterday. We're waiting on that to kick in, unfortunately, as the Eagles out to a 16-10 advantage here in set number 1. Marks with the set, looking for Eli. And the kill there from Torlentes. The big swing from Eli on the near side. Side out back to the Highlanders, 11 serving 16. Highlanders need a really nice run of service here from Swango. Looking to get back into this one, trailing by 5. Looks for that far set as Ewing tried to set across all the way over to Calvin Flaherty. (12 serving 16 now. Set here. And off the block and out as Ewing picks up his second kill. 17 serving 12 now. It's BC looking to put the Highlanders in an early hole here in this best of 5 matchup. Return there. Joust goes to Ozzie between he and Cleary. Cleary, soft touch from the big hitter. Picks up his 4th kill. 18 serving 12. Good service by Ewing, begun by Torlentis on the return. Eli looking to finish it. Soft touch by Eli, and that'll work out. As the two teams, two big hitters, use the soft touch to get the kills. Eli now 3 kills in the match. Ozzie back at the service line. He can get the Highlanders a nice run. He's got good service with that left hand. And the Highlanders are going to get the penalty point for reaching over, as Eli, actually no, it's Junior. They're going to call that on KO. Side out back over to the Eagles. That's tough. That takes Ozzie off the service line. Timeout taken once again by the Highlanders here in the first set. They trail by 6, 19-13. They'll keep you updated about what's going on here on Somerville Ed TV. If you've noticed, if you've mashed your buttons, like, share, subscribe, sign up for those notifications. You might have noticed we've got all sorts of concerts going on, spring concerts going on all over the place throughout the city of Somerville. We have moving on ceremonies for all the schools throughout Somerville as well. And the big kahuna, that will be coming up at 6 p.m. on Monday, as the Somerville High School graduation will be streaming live at 6 p.m. Monday night here on Somerville Ed TV. Make sure you mash your buttons, like, share, subscribe, sign up for notifications. You'll find out when we have special coverage coming up, because in addition to, of course, all the things I've spoken about, we have baseball playoffs coming up, as well as the Highlanders on the road at Bill Ricca tomorrow, as the Highlander baseball team looks for a win in the qualifying round to get to the round of 32. Volleyball looking for the same thing here, trailing 19-13. Eli says, I don't like that. I'll take a 4th kill to help with that. And he does, as Torlentis racks up his 4th. 14 serving 19. Eli back at the service line. Service fault last time he was back there, tried to tune up the band, hit it a bit far. Let's see what he likes to do here. Highlanders struggling with their service, 6 service faults here in the first set, and they trail by 5 points. You do the math. Cleary, good dig there by Dylan Maiden. Fantastic work there by the Highlander libero to get to that. Set here to the near side, off the block. KO gets it over though, but Junior can't get back to the net, as McConville able to get the kill in the middle. Eagles are first to 20. 20 serving 14. It's Flaherty back at the service line for the Eagles. That one's into the net. Service fault, 3rd one of the set for the Eagles. Back to a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Dylan Maiden at the service line. 20 serving 15. Maiden long again on the service. 7 service faults here in the first set for the Highlanders. Highlanders' 2nd straight year into the postseason, as I noted, lost to Lowell on the road in 4 sets last year. It's Cleary back at the service line for the Eagles. Back set looking for Bienemy. Evans off the block, squeezes it through and gets the kill. 3 kills in the set for Evans Bienemy. Dylan Maiden back to the service line. Strike that, Connor McNells. Back to the service line for the Highlanders, 16 serving 21. Service return here inside. Good dig there by Bicknell. Backside attack by the big man Torlentis. And that back line, big swing, makes it a 4-point game, 17 serving 21. Torlentis, a tremendous career here at Somerville, over 600 kills in his career. This has to go over, and it will. Ozzie with the interior set, looking for Swango. Missed time on the jump, possibly the set was a little back behind him. It's 22 serving 17. Kyle McConville back at the service line. Service by McConville into the net. 4 service faults for the Eagles here in the first set. Both teams possibly suffering some jitters here. Highlanders, 7 service faults. It's Julian Chetty now, 18, serving 22. Setting Cleary, touches it up. Good job there by Bicknell. Big swing there, Cleary with the dig. Cleary now looks for his own big swing. And there's Dylan Maiden. What a dig there by the libero. Has to go over, it does. Looking to set Cleary back line again. Dylan Maiden again with an incredible dig. As this goes over, bad communication between the Highlanders as Maiden and Torlentis both going for it. Maiden doing yeoman's work there, digging away from Cleary. But the Eagles get the point in the side out, 23 serving 18. And that is out as Maiden took a little swing at it. Jacob Vu with the service fault. Highlanders looking to get them 20 themselves, trailing 23-19. Zach Swango at the service line, 19, serving 23. Good service by Swango. Vu gets it back in though. Send over by Trong. Eli. You could see it coming. As Marks, beautiful set here to the near side. Torlentis flying in for the kill. His 6th of the set. 20, serving 23. Opportunity there for Ewing. That is out. As the Highlanders have cut this to a 2-point game. 23-21. Timeout taken this time by James Chen, head coach for BC High. We've got this special live coverage of you, or for you, I should say, of Somerville High School volleyball in the playoffs. We hopefully will have live coverage tomorrow at Bill Ricca, but we do not know the technical setup. It might be a situation where we have to tape that one. And if that is the case, we will get it posted as soon as possible. But you know how you can tell if we have live coverage of it. You're going to be able to tell if you've mashed your buttons, like, share, subscribe, and sign up for those notifications so you can know when we have posted our videos and when we have special live coverage here for you on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders have trailed throughout this first set. Fell behind by 4 right off the bat. Now they're down by 2, 21 serving 23. Zach Swango at the service line. Vu with the set. Flaherty with the kill attempt. Did not work. Torlentis off the Cleary dig attempt. And that's 7 for Eli here in this set. And the Highlanders have stormed back and trail by 1. 22 serving 23. Good service by Swango again. Vu, one-handed set looking for Cleary. Bicknell tried to dig that one out, but that backline kill by the big swinger Cleary. And we have a set point. 2 set points coming up here for BC High. The Highlanders have to fight off. Aaron Ewing at the line. Setting up Torlentis. Good dig by Ewing. Can he get to it? Trung can't get to it. And the Highlanders have fought off 1 of the 2 set points. 23 serving 24. Ozzie Marks at the service line. Left-handed service. Handled by Ewing. Cleary looks to line it up. Maiden with another dig. Highlanders need to send it over. Torlentis does. Now sitting here near side, soft send. Maiden with the dig that has to go over. It does from Torlentis. Now they look to set Cleary again. And Cleary will give the first set to the Eagles by the score of 25-23. Cleary finished that set with 6 kills. Highlanders will have to reset, trailing 1-0. We'll be back for second set action here on Somerville and TV. Are back at Broon Fieldhouse on Somerville Ed TV. Todd Harmon here as the Highlanders taking on the Eagles of Boston College High School. Eagles take the first set 25-23. Eagles got out to an early lead, leading 4-0. A lead they never relinquished throughout that set. Highlanders fought back, cut it down to a 1-point lead at 23-22. But Ben Cleary, number 18, strong outside hitter for the Eagles. 6 kills in that first set, leading them to the 25-23 victory, including that final point. Highlanders responded, of course, with Eli Torlentes, their tremendous hitter. 7 kills in the set for Eli. So two tremendously strong outside hitters for both teams, Cleary and Torlentes. Cleary out for 6 weeks of the season. One of the reasons why the Eagles are on the road right now is that injury to Cleary. He returned about 2 weeks ago. Both teams wins over residents of the Boston Globe top 20. Highlanders open the season against Cambridge with a 5-set victory at Cambridge. Cambridge currently ranked number 9 in the Boston Globe top 20. BC High able to defeat number 17 in the Boston Globe, Greater New Bedford, about a week and a half ago in a 4-setter. Highlanders down 1-0. It's Quinn Schreiber back at the service line for the Eagles. And Schreiber into the net with his service, first service fault of the second set. Both teams struggled with service consistency in the first set. Eagles with 5 service fault, Highlanders with 7. And Julian Chetty wants to go the other way as he starts set number 2 with an ace. 2-0, the Highlander lead now. Don't listen to the scoreboard. It's Chetty again from the service line. Begun by Ewing. Sit. Kill attempt there, dug out nicely by Chetty. There's Torlentes, what a block. Ben Cleary, as the two big hitters met at the net. Cleary got the best of that battle. So he'll head back to the service line. 1-2 here in set number 2. Chetty begins the return. Ozzie tried to send that over quickly. Did not fool the Eagles as McConville right up front, ready defensively for Ozzie's second touch send. Point goes to the Eagles, 2-2. Chetty begins the return again. Torlentes, soft touch. It's Cleary gets it over. Inside set, Swango. Zach, no kills in that first set. Good job by the Highlanders getting him involved quickly here in the second set. He was at the service line when the Highlanders were able to cut it to a 1-point lead. But his first kill of the match. Good service there. Nice service return begun. Ewing. His shot goes out. Highlanders with the point. 4-2. Good service again by Swango. Cleary got things started. Big hit attempted by Bielowski. Goes long. 5-2. Highlanders looking to build a lead here in the second set. Down 1-0. Interior set. Ozzie couldn't quite get a clean touch on that one. as McConville will take it with that soft touch. Now McConville back to the service line. 3 serving 5. Chetty looks to begin it. This is being difficult. This has to go over from Eli. It does. Interior set. Trying to set Nathan Zhang, but that is long. Side out back to the Highlanders, 6 serving 3. Ozzie Marks back to the service line. Ozzie with that excellent left-handed service. Didn't get a lot of chances at the service line in that first set. Good block there. Another big swing coming though. And Bielowski got blocked on the first. He got a second bite at the apple and took care of business. Picks up his first kill of the game. Jacob Vu back at the service line now. 4 serving 6. Chetty begins the return. This has to go over from Eli. It does. Right there. Junior Ko is going to get called for the reach over. Junior reaching over the net, cannot touch the net, cannot reach fully over the net. BC High cuts it to 1, 5 serving 4, or 5 serving 6, I'm sorry. Sit here looking for Torlentes. Eli, nice touch there. As he drops it right in behind the defense. Picks up his 8th kill of the match and heads back to the service line. 7 serving 5. Tried to tune up the band in that first set. Wound up with a service fault. Let's see what he's going to do here. I see the band tuning again. Cleary begins it. Ewing gets that over, but Chetty in the net. Chetty with the net touch. I think maybe as he was moving away from the net into a defensive position, his leg may have crossed over underneath, seems to be the indication from the official. So Ewing with the opportunity here. 6 serving 7. Looking for Chetty on the far side. He'll punch it over. Ewing with the dig. Now Cleary looks to load it up. Cleary goes wide. The big hitter, Bing Cleary, missing the mark there. Dylan Maiden back at the service line. Dylan with 2 aces in that first set. 8 serving 6 here. Setting Cleary here on the near side. Cleary tucked it right past the block attempt of Swango for his 7th kill of the match. 7 serving 8 now. Quang Trong back at the service line. Trong tips the tape. It goes the Highlanders' way. Service fault for the Eagles. 2nd of the 2nd set. As Bicknell heads back to the service line for the Highlanders. Freshman Connor Bicknell getting lots of playing time today for the Highlanders. Interior set. Quick kill by McConville. Back to a 1-point game, 8 serving 9. Calvin Flaherty back at the service line for the Eagles. Maiden begins the service return. Bicknell sends that up. This has to go over from Eli. It does as it tips the tape. Now Cleary with the opportunity. His kill attempt goes wide as he tried to bring it down the line. Side out back to the Highlanders. Chetty at the service line, 10 serving 8. Good service by Chetty. Opportunity here as Eli will take that one. Racking up his 9th kill of the match. 11 serving 8. Great service there by Chetty setting it up, as Trong had nothing he could do with it when he began the return. Looking for Cleary. Great dig by Bicknell. Here's an opportunity. And Torrentes trying to get that ball over. Soft touch over the defense. Just did not get what he wanted on that touch. Cleary back to the service line now. 9 serving 11. Torrentes off the block. Cleary with the dig. Back set here. Comes off the block. Bicknell lays out but can't get to it as Bielowski picks up his second kill of the match. Back to a 1-point Highlander advantage, 10 serving 11. Cleary gets that one into the net. Third service fault for the Eagles here in the second set. Swango back to the service line, 12 serving 10. Ewing begins it. Ewing looking to finish it, dug out by Chetty. And good move there by Ozzie Marks as he recognized the defense was not in position. That second touch send earns the Highlander captain a kill. 13 serving 10 now. Back set, nope, front set, looking for Ewing. Blocked well by the Highlanders. Bicknell, oh my goodness. The power there of Ben Cleary as Bicknell went down trying to get that dig, but just too much power from Ben Cleary. 11 serving 13. McConville back at the service line. That's going to go long. Fourth service fault here in the second set for the Highlanders. Again, let's do the math. Highlanders lead by 3. 4 service faults for BC High. None for the Highlanders. That is math that works for the Highlanders. Ozzie Marks at the service line. Set here, looking. Nice dive there by Marks as he gets that ball. This has to go over. It does from Eli. Back set. As Bielowski picks up his third kill. (12 serving 14). Jacob Vu back at the service line. Chetty begins the return. Setting Bienemy. Good block there. What's the call though? Highlanders into the net as Evans, off of his leap, ended up making contact with the net. 1 point lead for the Highlanders. 13 serving 14. Vu with service. Back set by Ozzie looking for Eli. Great block there. As Nathan Zhang elevates for the block of the Torrentes kill attempt, and we are all tied at 14s. Service by Vu. That's going to get over. Dangerous for the Highlanders. As Zhang will take that kill. Eagles with their first lead of the second set. As that one comes right off of Dylan Maiden, Vu will pick up the ace. (16-14), the Eagles now lead. As they have come back and taken the lead here in set number 2, leading 1-0. Highlanders really need to get this second set to even matters up at 1 apiece. Don't forget, we've got baseball playoffs coming up for you. Highlanders taking on Bill Ricca, as they will be at Bill Ricca on Friday, tomorrow. That will be a 4 o'clock start at Bill Ricca. We will try to have live coverage for you, but we're not totally sure whether we have the technological ability to do that. And if not, we will have that posted for you as quickly as possible as the Highlanders look for the postseason victory. Colin Bourne will be on the mound for the Highlanders. facing off against Bill Ricca. 16 serving 14 as the Eagles have taken their first lead, but Vu, 5th service fault for the Eagles here in the second set. Highlanders still clean in terms of service faults. 15 serving 16. No band tuning this time from Eli. Nice block there by Junior as KO's going to reach over again. Junior gets called for the penalty reach over, his second of the match. Point, side out, goes to the Eagles. 17 serving 15. Ewing back at the service line. Looking to set Chetty. Chetty off the block. That'll go for the Highlanders as Julian picks up his second kill. Maiden back at the service line, 16 serving 17. Good service there by Dylan. Vu with the set, looking for Cleary. Cleary off the block of Swango, and he's able to get the kill. That's 9 kills for Cleary here in this match. 18 serving 16. Kong Trong back at the service line. Looked like that might have been out. Highlanders played it. Bieniemy looking for the kill. Dug out nicely by the Eagles. Vu looks to send it over the head. And the Highlanders take the point. Side out back to the Highlanders as well, as Bicknell comes in for service. 17 serving 18. Second set has been nip and tuck. First set, Eagles led throughout, although the Highlanders cut it to a 1-point game late. Setting Cleary now. Cleary right through the block. Gets his 10th kill of the match. Back to a 2-point Eagle advantage, 19 serving 17. Eagles look to be first to 20 here in the second set with a 1-set lead. Calvin Flaherty on service. Swango blocked on that interior set. That has to go over from Maiden. It does. Now they set Cleary. Good adjustment by Marks, as the set to Cleary cleared the net and went out. Ozzie adjusted, did not touch it, out. Side out to the Highlanders. Julian Chetty. Highlanders trailing by 1. Setting Cleary again. Cleary off the tape. Great dig there by Bicknell, as Ozzie will send that back there. Beautiful back corner by Ozzie Marks. And we are tied at 19s, as the Highlanders look to be first to 20 with Chetty on the service line. Good service by Chetty. Interior set, handled by the Highlanders. Looking for Swango on the interior. And the Highlanders are first to 20 here in set number 2. As the big inside swing by Swango, that's his second kill of the match. Timeout taken by the Eagles as the Highlanders are first to 20, leading by 1 here in the second set. But they trail 1-0, looking to even matters up here after 2 sets worth of work. Of course, we talked about throughout the season, Highlander seniors, how much they have led this team, how strong they have been for this team. You see Eli Torlentis out there, 9 kills already in this match, adding to his over 600 kill total in his career. Of course, Ozzie Marks, the captain, over 1,000 assists for Ozzie in his career. Julian Chetty, as well as Evans Bieniemy, the 4 seniors on this team, getting the Highlanders back into the playoffs, second year in a row, looking for a playoff victory here in the qualifying round after earning a home game. Highlanders lead by 1, trailing 1-0 here in the second set, 20 serving 19. Set here for Cleary, far side, soft touch, Ozzie adjusts. Maiden will set. Ozzy looks to kill, and Ozzy will take the kill as Maiden gets the assist. 21 serving 19. Service by Chetty. Looking to set Cleary, loads it up. Good partial block. Ozzy gets it started. Torlentes looks for the kill. And that will be out. Eli thought he'd gotten a touch off the block. They're going to say no touch. We do have 4 officials today as we have 2 line judges on each baseline as well. Cleary back at the service line. 20 serving 21. Swango inside set. That one goes wide, or did we have a touch? We had a touch. So the Highlanders get the point. Swango takes his 3rd kill, and it's 22 serving 20 as Zach Swango heads back to the service line for the Highlanders. Ben Cleary pleading his case, the Eagle captain, to the chair umpire. Pleading that there was no touch on that kill attempt by Torlentes. Eli, very clear, felt he had gotten that off the block for his 10th kill of the match. Multiple officials here, so difficult to miss that call. So I'm sure they got it right. Cleary from the back line, poor set there, so he had to not get much juice on it. Torlentes, soft touch, handled well by McConville. Now we're going to set Eli once again. This coming from Chetty. Good dig out there. Opportunity here on the near side for Ewing, and he'll take it. As Ewing picks up his 3rd kill. Once again, a 1-point game. Highlanders with the lead, 21 serving 22. McConville back at the service line. Eli looks for the kill. McConville will dig it out. Look for great dig there by Maiden on the Cleary kill attempt. Joust at the net, and it goes the Highlanders' way as Bielowski and Torlentes with the joust, and Torlentes got the best. Ozzy back at the line, or he will be after this timeout, as the Highlanders 2 points away from evening this up at 1 set apiece. Don't forget, we still have baseball action coming to you here on Somerville Ed TV. In addition to that, we have spring concerts throughout all of the Somerville school systems. Those are available for you. If you look right now, we've got plenty of them on there from all of the different schools. In addition to that, you will see popping up on our YouTube feed all of the moving on ceremonies from the schools throughout Somerville. And then the big kahuna next week. It will be Monday at 6 p.m. live from Tufts University here on Somerville Ed TV. Somerville Highlander Class of 2026 graduation. Make sure you mash your buttons, like, share, subscribe, sign up for notifications so you'll know when we have special coverage. Highlander captain Ozzy Marks back at the service line, 2 points away from evening this matchup, 1 set apiece. Easy for me to say. Inside set dug out there beautifully by Ozzy. This has to go over, and it will. Bielowski. That's long. Highlanders have 3 set points coming with their captain on the line serving for the first. (24 serving 21, set point of set 2. Ewing begins it. Back set, back line kill attempt. And they're going to say that was in. It looked really close over there. No, it was out. And the Highlanders take it. 25-21. We are evened up 1 set apiece. We will be back for third set action here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back at Broon Fieldhouse postseason action here on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon. Highlanders evening things up against the BC High Eagles. 1 set apiece. First set went to the Eagles 25-23. They led throughout, but the Highlanders were able to cut it to a 1-point set late in the set. Then set number 2, Highlanders led the predominance of it. Eagles took a small lead, but the Highlanders were able to storm back, retake that lead, and win it 25-21. So we are tied up 1 set apiece as we move towards the third set. Winner of this match will go on to face off against number 3, Division I number 3 Natick. As that will be at Natick. Natick also highly ranked in the Boston Globe, number 4 in the Boston Globe rankings. Highlanders have appeared in that Boston Globe top 20. They began the season there after an upset victory over Cambridge, a 5-setter at Cambridge to open their season. As Bicknell will begin things here for the Highlanders. That's going to be a carried ball. As Sebastian Boyanov called for that. Highlanders with the first point here of the third set, 1 serving 0. As Bicknell picks up the ace. Ewing. Strong swing from Aaron Ewing. He picks up his 4th kill of the match. Side out goes to the Eagles, 1 serving 1 here in set number 3. Ewing back at the service line. Interior set, looking for Swango. And that will be a kill for Zach. 4th kill of the match for the Zach attack. Highlanders lead it 2-1. Julian Chetty back to the service line. Vu with the interior set. Handled well by Bicknell. Now Torlentes looks for the big swing, and he gets it. As he knocks Boyanov right on his rump. 11th kill of the match for Torlentes. 3 serving 1. Another good service by Julian. Looking to set Cleary. Good dig out by Julian. Now Torlentes. Didn't get the downward arc that he wanted on that one as that goes long. 2 serving 3 now is Boyanov. Boyanov gets that into the net. First service fault of the third set for the Eagles. That is a big story in this match so far. Highlanders struggled in that first set, 7 service faults. They were clean from the service line, no service faults in set number 2, and 5 service faults for the Eagles. Keep an eye on those service faults. Torlentes looking to be set there. And that one touched the antenna as Chetty tried to set it from the back. There's 2 candy-striped poles at the edge of the net. Those are the antenna. If the ball touches it, the ball has to go between them, and if it crosses outside of those antenna or touches them, the point goes to the opposing team. Another service fault as Calvin Flaherty hit that one long. 2nd service fault of this third set for the Eagles. We will keep an eye on that statistic. Ozzie Marks back at the service line, 3 serving 5. Or 5 serving 3, I'm sorry. Ewing begins to return. Soft touch there by Cleary. Maiden looking to set up Torlentes. Gets it over, dug out by Shriver. Big swing there. Nice dig by Ozzie. Another opportunity for Bielowski. Tried to take a bite out of that one, did not have a good angle. Highlanders up 6-3. Ozzie Marks at the service line. He was at the service line when the Highlanders locked down set number 2. Highlander captain, over 1,000 assists in his career. And Cleary looked to load it up, and Junior Kao said, "No, sir." Strong block there from Junior Kao. Service there, nicely done by Ozzie. Good reaction by Shriver as that gets over on the third from Ewing. Back set, looking for Bieniemy off the block. Ozzie's got to go get it, gets it over. Shriver looking to set Cleary. And Cleary able to get it off the block and get it in. As Ben Cleary picks up his 11th kill of the match. 4 serving 7 now. Cleary back at the service line. Ozzie looking to set Bieniemy. Just a little too far out ahead as Evans not quite able to get to that ball. Five serving 7 now. Chetty begins the return. Back set looking for Torlentis. That got into the net from Eli. Not the elevation on that set that Eli wanted. Eagles back to within a point. 6 serving 7. That one's going to go long from Cleary. The 3rd service fault of this set for the Eagles. 8 serving 7. As Eli heads back to the service line, he looks like he wants to tune up the band. Gonna serve this serve with a bit of spicy mustard. And it goes long. First service fault for the Highlanders here in the 3rd set. 7 serving 8, side out back over to the Eagles. McConville back at the service line. That's going to go long from McConville. 4 service faults for the Eagles. 14 service faults for the Eagles so far through 2+ sets. 9 serving 7, Dylan Maiden at the service line. Good service from Maiden, begun by Cleary as the return. Ewing looking for the kill, dug out by Torlentis on the back line. Set for Chetty here near side. Cleary reaches out, helps the Highlanders there as he tried to dig out that Chetty kill attempt. Looked like it might go long, but Cleary played it. Chetty picks up the kill, his 3rd of the match. Highlanders lead by 3 again, 10 serving 7 there, 1st to 10 here in the 3rd set. Shriver sets it, Cleary looks for the kill into the net. Highlanders now with a 4-point lead. Timeout taken by Eagle head coach James Chen. So the Highlanders leading here in set number 3, 11-7. Beginning of this match, first set, Eagles burst out to a 4-0 lead. Highlanders looked a little jittery, got to admit, looked like they had some of the jitters there at the beginning of this match. Also 7 service faults in that first set for the Highlanders. They have had 1 since then, as the Highlanders have been able to get those jitters under control, taking that second set by the score of 25-21. And they lead here by 4 in set number 3. As I noted, winner of this one will go down to Natick, or over to Natick, I should say. Natick, the number 3 team in the Division I rankings. Maiden is back at the service line. He's got 2 service aces in the match. 11 serving 7. Service there by Dylan, a nice one. This is going to be tough. They need to get this over. Ewing will be able to. Maiden digs it out, but a little bit too far. And Highlanders are going to get called for the reach over. As Ozzie Marks called for reaching over the net, Highlanders have been called for that foul 3 times in this match. 8 serving 11. Vu back at the service line. Good service there. Return begun by Torlentes. Swango looking for the big swing, but he's blocked by Zhang. As Nathan Zhang able to come away with a big block there. It's a 2-point Highlander advantage, 9 serving 11. That interior set to Swango being well defended thus far by the Eagles. Another service fault, though. 5 now in this set, 15 in the match for the Eagles. 12 serving 9. It's Connor Bicknell back at the service line. Good service by Bicknell. Return here. As Flaherty gets blocked, Swango, he will take that block. 4-point advantage for the Highlanders. 13 serving 9. Good service again by Bicknell as Cleary begins the return. Back set looking for Ewing, and there's Swango and Chetty for the block. Highlander defense showing out here. 5-point advantage. Highlanders looking to be first to 15. 14 serving 9. Vu looks to set Cleary on the back line. Dug out nicely that time by Maiden. Second touch send, dug out that time by Cleary. Now, Ozzie Marks as the Highlander setter getting into the killing game. He's got 4, and the Highlanders are first to 15. 15 serving 9. That got over, as Connor will say that was his plan the entire time. Chetty now, off the block. Can't be handled unless it goes over here, and it doesn't. 3 Eagles players to the floor. The Highlanders lead by 7. 16 serving 9. Bicknell again. Cleary begins the return. He's got to get this over. He does, but it's out. As Connor Bicknell gets his second ace of the match. And the Highlanders now lead by 8, 17-9. Timeout taken by the Eagles. Don't forget, here on Somerville Ed TV, we've got all of the moving on ceremonies, plus the big kahuna, the Somerville High School graduation that'll be coming up live streamed at 6 p.m. on Monday here on Somerville Ed TV. And we're not done with sports either, as you will get the opportunity to see tomorrow's Highlander Stars today, as we will be covering the middle school intramural basketball finals from Broome Fieldhouse. That'll be 3 p.m. on June 3rd. So an opportunity to see tomorrow's Highlander Stars today. I remember broadcasting, seeing names like Regan Antonelli, Nora Gamache, as well as Amari Kurgo playing in that game. I believe Ian Bourne as well, a Highlander sports legend, was introduced to me as a 7th grader in that game. So remember, that'll be coming up on 3 p.m. at 3 p.m. Wednesday June 3rd. Another ace by Bicknell, 18 serving 9. As Ewing with the touch, dug out there by Marks. Chetty looks for the kill. Got that one into the net. Tried to do a bit too much with it. Side out goes to the Eagles, 10 serving 18. As Duck Gwynn checks into the game. Gwynn's first time on the floor. The Eagles play a deeper rotation than the Highlanders do. Service there from Duck Gwynn, and it's going to kiss the line as Gwynn will take the ace. I should say 11 serving 18. As BC High tends to go 10 to 12 players deep. It's Chetty off the block. Cleary able to dig it. Now he's looking for the kill. Nice job by Bicknell as he digs it. Cleary wants it back. Cleary gets it back. And off the block, but Ozzie called for the lift. Cleary will take the kill. That's his 12th of the match. 12 serving 18. Duck Gwynn, couple service points already here for the Eagles with him at the line. Torlentes began that service. Second touch send by Ozzie. Gets him his 5th kill. Highlanders 1 point away from being first to 20 here in the 3rd set. With a healthy 7-point lead. Julian Chetty back at the service line, 19 serving 12. Two teams knotted up, 1 set apiece. They look to set Cleary. No, back set comes here near side. And Eli Torlentes tells Flaherty, no, sir. Huge block there. The defense is here in this set for the Highlanders. 20 serving 12. Looking for Cleary, far side, off the block. Highlanders did a good job. Setting Cleary again. Another block by Swengo. This one's going to tip the tape and go the wrong way for the Highlanders. (13 serving 20). That's Sebastian Boynov back at the service line. Ozzie gets that one over on the second touch. Nice job on the return. Too close to the net as Flaherty could not attack it. Highlanders take the point and the side out, 21 serving 13. Zach Swingo at the service line as Alex Babson will check in. For BC High, his first action of the day. We will see if that depth for BC High may come into play if this match goes to 5 sets. That will be an ace for Zach Swengo. 22 serving 13. Great service there. Return begun by Cleary. He looks to finish it too. And he sends that one wide. As he looked to go down the line past the block, but set it wide. 23 serving 13. Another good one by Swango. Return begun by Cleary. Sent over by McConville. Torlentes flashes across, sends it over on the 3rd. Set there for Babson, dug out by Swango. Now Ozzie looking to kill. What a dig there by Bicknell, and the Highlanders take the point. It's set point. Highlanders looking to take a 2-1 lead. They got plenty of set points coming to them. 24 serving 13. The crowd is behind them. Swango looking for the ace, doesn't get that. Ozzie will set. Torlentes looks to kill. Dug out well by Boynov. Cleary sends it over. Chetty helps him out. Looking for Torrentes. 12 kills in the match for Eli. Highlanders have taken set number 3. They lead 2-1. We'll be back as the Highlanders look to close it out in set number 4 on Somerville EdTV. We are back here on Somerville EdTV, coming to you from Broome Fieldhouse. Highlanders leading the Eagles in the qualifying round of the postseason by the score of 2-1 after taking set number 3. Highlanders were helped out with a motivational speech by Kostas Theocharidis, as he is in the crowd tonight in the gray shirt. He was National Player of the Year, one of the best outside hitters in NCAA history for the University of Hawaii. He resides in Somerville. He is an assistant coach for MIAA Volleyball, and stopped in with the Highlanders yesterday for a motivational speech. It seems that it may have worked. Highlanders began this match with some jitters. Fell behind 4-0 in the first set, lost that first set 25-23 after they battled back to a 1-point deficit late. But they have been able to take set number 2 by the score of 25-21 and a dominant set number 3, 25-13, as we will begin set number 4 with Quinn Schreiber serving for the Eagles. Bienemy looking for the kill, got that one into the net. Couple storylines to keep an eye on as we get into set number 4 here. Eagles, 15 service faults for the Eagles in the match, 5 in each of the 3 sets. Highlanders, 8 service faults, 7 in that first set when they were beset by jitters, as that goes wide from Chetty. Only 1 service fault since that first set for the Highlanders. Another thing to keep an eye on is the depth of the two teams. The rotation for BC High goes much deeper than the Highlanders. Another service fault there as Schreiber sent it long. Side out goes to the Highlanders, 1 serving 2. The Eagles go far deeper into their bench than the Highlanders do, as the Highlanders basically play an 8-person rotation. BC High has sent, I believe, over 12 guys out onto the floor, as the block attempt from Swango caught up in his fingers. Cleary back at the service line, 3 serving 1, as BC High out to the early lead. Ewing tried to pick that one off and sent it into the net. Highlanders take the side out, 2 serving 3 now. Julian Chetty back at the service line. Chetty has an ace in the match. Chetty, of course, one of those 4 seniors leading the Highlanders this year. Interior set. Big swing there from Joel Nunez. Did not wind up getting over as the Highlanders able to block it. However, Ewing comes in, soft touch, gets his 5th. 5th kill of the match for Ewing. And Quang Trong back at the service line. Marks will set Torrentes on the outside. What a job there by Eli, and we have a yellow card being issued. Who's it going to go against? I believe Eli might pick up the yellow card here for his celebration. Yellow card basically means a warning. It does not mean anything else. No penalty points, nothing else. However, Eli has to be on the lookout and keep his excitement contained, as he has been issued that yellow. 3 serving 4, Swango at the service line. Big hit there by Bielowski as he picks up his 4th kill. Side out back to the Eagles, 5 serving 3 now. Highlanders leading 2-1. Can close it down with a victory here in the third set, but they trail by 2 as the Eagles are first to 5. Ozzie tries the second touch send. Ewing able to block it. Sent over, no danger by Torrentes. Now the set looking for Ewing. And his kill attempt goes long. Highlanders back to within 1, 4 serving 5. As Ozzie Marks back to the service line for the Highlanders. Left-handed service there from Marks. Return begun by Cleary. Kill attempt by Flaherty goes long. Good communication by the Highlanders to let that one go. Highlanders have evened it up, 5 serving 5. Strong service again. Return here as Ewing gets that into the net. Torrentes and KO there looking for the block, but Ewing hit that directly into the netting. Highlanders take the first lead of set number 4, 6 serving 5. Vu with the interior set. And Zhang picks up his second kill of the match. 6 serving 6. Ewing back at the service line. Chetty begins the return. Interior set, Junior KO gets the kill. As Junior picks up his second kill of the match. Highlanders lead now 7 serving 6. As Eli will head back to the service line, looks like he's tuning that band up again. Struggled to get his strong service in thus far. Another strong service there by Eli, just goes long. It's his closest one he's had so far today, but that is the first service error or service fault for the Highlanders here in the fourth set. Highlanders service has been tremendous though since they had 7 service faults in set number 1. Only 2 service faults for the Highlanders in sets 2, 3, and now 4. Maiden begins the return of service. The enemy looks for the kill, but he gets dug out by Vu. Ozzie Marks looking to set Chetty. Chetty off the block, Vu will begin it. Voinov setting up. Chetty sends that up. Backline set looking for Eli. Nice block in the middle by Cleary. This has to go over, but it comes off the chair. Eagles take the lead, 8 serving 7. Voinov back at the service line again. Interior set, Junior KO. Too long on Junior's kill attempt. Did not get the downward angle he wanted. Too much of a flat trajectory there. 9 serving 7. Maiden looks to begin return. This has to go over from Chetty, and it does. Voinov, his dig attempt goes out. Chetty, nice adjustment there by the senior. Awkward set towards him. Picks up his 4th kill. Now Dylan Maiden back at the service line. He's got 2 aces back there. 8 serving 9. Ewing begins the return. Flaherty gets blocked. Cleary lays out, able to get the dig off the block. Maiden digs that interior set for Swango. And Cleary right there for the block. I think that came off the netting though from Zach. They called it the 4th touch on Zach when it came back onto him. Shriver back to the service line now. 10 serving 8. Eagles first to 10 here in the 4th set. Chetty begins return. Bieniemy looks to finish it. And Evans will take the kill. His 4th of the match. As Bicknell checks back into the game. Aces were wild for Connor Bicknell in that 3rd set. He had 3 aces. So the Highlander freshman getting plenty of playing time today. 9 serving 10. Ewing begins return, back set looking for Cleary. Off the Highlander block as Julian Chetty tells Ben Cleary, no sir. Highlanders have tied it at 10s. That one tips the tape, goes the right way, and Cutter Bicknell picks up his 4th ace. 11 serving 10 now. Cleary begins return. They're going to return it to him, looking to kill it. And he's able to get that one. Cleary picks up his 13th kill of the match. He's back at the service line now, tied at 11s. Torrentes begins return, looking for Swango on the interior. Cleary digs it off the block. Now Ewing off the block, dug by Bicknell. Good opportunity for the Highlanders as Chetty gets that off the block. Gets over, but as Nunez touches it over. Set looking for Torrentes. Backline kill attempt, and it's out. Just a touch too long for Eli from that backline kill. 12 serving 11. Cleary's service is good. Torrentes begins return. But Cleary will pick up his first ace of the match. 13 serving 11 now. Chetty off the block. Cleary with the dig attempt, but that goes out. Julian will pick up his 5th kill of the match. The service consistency for the Highlanders has been excellent since set number 1. Now we worry about their conditioning as the Highlanders go about 8 players deep. The Eagles go a good 12 players deep. Chetty looking for the ace here. This has to go over, and it won't. As Julian Chetty picks up his 2nd ace, and we're tied at 13s. This is that moment, this is that time when that stamina is needed, that conditioning is needed. It's the Highlanders, 8 players deep. Nobody else has been on the floor. Chetty tries to cross court here near side, sends it just wide. 2nd service fault for the Highlanders here in set number 4. Kwong Trong back at the service line. Service by Trong. Maiden begins return. Looking to set Torrentes. Great block there by Zhang. As the Eagles first to 15 here in set number 4. 15 serving 13. Interior set looking for Swango. And that's in. And that's a Zach attack kill for his 5th. (14 serving 15). Swango at the service line. Good service there. Cleary begins return. Looking to set Bielowski. Highlanders able to dig that. This has to go over, and it will. Cleary digs it. Schreiber interior set. And Zhang, I should say, takes the kill on the interior. 16 serving 14. Side out over to the Eagles. Jacob Vu back at the service line. Good service by Vu. Setting Torrentes on the outside. He got it off the block. And that goes out. Highlanders take the point. Nice soft touch by Eli for his 14th kill of the match. That'll send the captain, Ozzie Marks, back to the service line. Highlanders trailing by 1, 15 serving 16. Vu will set. Ewing off the block. Great dig on the interior by Nathan Zhang. Highlanders slow to react to that dig. Give up the side out, 17 serving 15. Ewing back at the service line. The enemy has to get that. This has to go over. Miscommunication for the Highlanders. Looking a little discombobulated as the Eagles take their biggest lead of this fourth set, 3 points. 18 serving 15. Timeout will be taken on the floor. The Highlanders trail here in set number 4, 18-15. They lead in the match 2-1. And that is what I was talking about in this moment. This is that time when you worry about the conditioning, you worry about the depth of the team. I remember very, very well as the girls volleyball team went into their playoff action, I believe it was last year, got ahead 2-0, just were not able to finish it off. And really kind of felt like it was a it was a matter of the depth of the opposing team. So we will see how the Highlanders do here. They run an 8-man rotation. The Eagles have sent at minimum 12 players onto the floor. They've actually sent 13 players onto the floor. Ewing back at the service line. 18 serving 15. And that one will go out. Service fault. Second one of the fourth set for the Eagles. They have struggled with service throughout this match. 17 service faults for the Eagles in the match. Torlentes. Soft service there by Eli. Service has begun here. Cleary looks to kill it there. And it goes off the antenna from Cleary. Point goes to the Highlanders. Down to a 1-point deficit. 17 serving 18. Cleary begins return. And Zhang off of that quick interior set. We've seen the Highlanders do it to their opponents all year. Great job by Vu setting Zhang. 19 serving 17. Boynov at the service line. The enemy looks for the kill. Sent it long as he tried to get it past the block attempt. First to 20 here are the Eagles in set number 4. 20 serving 17. Looking for Chetty, far side, off the block, dug by Ewing. Now they look for Cleary. Had to reset his approach. Now Chetty again. Sends that one long. 21 serving 17. Timeout taken by the Highlanders. Steve Walker wants to talk things over. We're going to take it with them. We will be right back in just a minute here on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders trailing here as we are back on Somerville Ed TV. Todd Harmon from Broome Fieldhouse. Highlanders trailing in the fourth set, 21-17, leading 2-1. And that's going to go long. Third service fault of this fourth set for the Eagles. 18th of the match. Is Dylan Maiden back at the service line. Highlanders need a nice run from him. 18 serving 21. Ewing begins the return. Big swing there from Flaherty as he picks up his second kill. Side out, back over to the Eagles. Quinn Shriver back to the service line. 22 serving 18. Shriver tips the tape, and it goes the Eagles' way as he picks up the ace. 23 serving 18. That's going to get into the net from Shriver. First 4 service faults for the Eagles here in the 4th set. It's Connor Bicknell. Bicknell with 4 aces in this match. Back to the service line for the Highlanders as they trail by 4. Love to see the freshman come out with some nice service here. As that is in, kisses the line from Nathan Zhang. As he comes on and now has 5 kills. Set point here in set number 4. 24 serving 19, Cleary at the service line. Highlanders need to get service back as Shriver digs that out. Cleary digs that out. Ewing looking to kill. That's going to go long. Highlanders have fought off the first of the 5 set points. 20 serving 24, Julian Chetty back at the service line. Good service by Chetty. Cleary looks to begin service. Tough time for him as Chetty picks up his 3rd ace. The second of the 5 set points have been fought off by the Highlanders. They need 3 more. As they trail by 3, 24-21. They lead 2 sets to 1 though. Winner of this match will head down or over to Natick for the next match in the round of 32. Natick is ranked number 3 in Division 1. It's been a heck of a match so far. Highlanders lost the first set after getting out to a slow start, falling behind 4-0. Lost that set 25-23. They were able to take set number 2, 25-21. And the 3rd set, rather easily, 25-13. But do bear in mind, the Eagles go 14 players deep. They've had 14 players play today. Highlanders go 8 deep. They have had 8 players on the floor so far. As Chetty looks to fight off another set point. 21 serving 24, Shriver setting. Belowski off the block, and it goes out. And that will do it for set number 4 as the Eagles take it by the score of 25-21. We're going to have a 5th set here in postseason play. We will be back for that 5th set here on Somerville EdTV in a moment. We are back at Brune Fieldhouse here on Somerville EdTV as we move to the 5th set. It is a 15-point set as the Eagles able to battle back in set number 4, winning it 25-21. Couple things to look at as we've talked about throughout the match. Eagles struggling a bit from the service line. 5 service faults in all sets, except that 4th set they had 4. 19 service faults in the match so far for the Eagles. Highlanders, 10 service faults. But we also have to think about conditioning as the Eagles go 14 players deep. Highlanders go 8 deep. And this 5th set, we will see if that affects the Highlanders. As Swango tries the kill, Cleary gets the block. Eagles are out to the early lead, 1-0. It's very important to get a good start in these 15-point fifth sets as Julian Chetty picks up his 6th kill of the match. Chetty has been excellent so far this evening. He heads back to the service line. He's got 3 aces already today. Cleary begins return. Schreiber back set. Bielowski dug up. Bicknell, this has to go over from Ozzie. It does. Interior set as Nunez hits that one long. Highlanders take the point. 2 serving 1. As we think about how these teams do in 5-set matches, Highlanders had 3 throughout the season. They lost 2 of them. Good job by Ewing keeping that alive. And Cleary clears that out from the back line. 14 kills for Ben Cleary in the match. 2 serving 2. Highlanders 1 win, 2 losses in 5-set matches. And that is long. So they check with the line judges. Quang Trung really wants this point. It is called out. Highlanders get the point. And as I look over their schedule, the Eagles won 5-set match this season as they were able to defeat Boston Latin in 5. So not a ton of 5-set experience between these 2 teams. Good dig there by Bicknell. Interior set, Junior KO, and he'll take the kill. 3 kills for Junior today. Highlanders looking to be first to 5 here in the 15-point 5th set. 4 serving 2, Swango at the service line. Great service by Zach Swango. Clean ace as he drops it in the back corner, and the Highlanders are first to 5 in the 15-point 5th set. Timeout taken by Eagles head coach James Chen. Want to remind everybody out there what we have coming up here on Somerville Ed TV. We will have posted on the YouTube channel the Highlanders girls tennis victory over Medford in the qualifying round. As we are cutting that together for you as we speak, we'll have that posted as soon as possible, as those young ladies will be down in Hingham tomorrow, facing off against the 4th-seeded Hingham girls tennis team. In addition, tomorrow we will be in Billerica as we will cover the Highlander baseball team. Colin Bourne on the mound for the Highlanders as they go up against Billerica at 4 o'clock on Friday. We will have coverage of that game here for you on Somerville Ed TV. Swango. Bielowski, big swing off the block, goes out. Point goes over to the Eagles. 3 serving 5, Jacob Vu on to serve. Chetty begins return. Torlentes looks to finish, and he will, as that came off of Vu. Eli tunes it up again. He's got 15 kills. 6 serving 3. The captain, Ozzie Marks, back at the service line. The 4 seniors on the floor. They have been most of the night. Trying to set here near side. Flaherty with the kill attempt, dug out by Maiden. Eli off the block and in. Eli now with 16 kills in this match. Highlanders with a 4-point advantage in a 15-point match, or 15-point set. 7 serving 3. Good service there by the captain. Vu setting here near side. Flaherty is told no, sir. Big block there. Teams will trade sides as the Highlanders first to 8 here in this 15-point 5th set. Eight serving 3. Marks still at the service line. Ozzie Marks, Evans Bienemy, Julian Chetty, Eli Torlentes. Those are your 4 seniors hoping to lead the Highlanders into the round of 32. Flaherty's kill attempt. It's a nice one there as he gets it back into the far left corner. 3 kills in the match for Flaherty, 4 serving 8 as Ewing heads back to the service line. Chetty digs that out on the service return. Torlentes, not much danger on the send. Vu will set it up for Cleary. Cleary's kill attempt dug out well by Chetty. Now an opportunity for Bienemy, as Bienemy will take the kill. 5 kills for Evans Bienemy. The senior floating through the air. And Eli Torlentes. Highlanders lead by 5 here in the 15-point 5th set. Eli is going to go a little soft on this one. Ewing begins return. Vu setting Cleary. Off the block, Junior KO. Tells Mr. Cleary no. Highlanders first to 10. 10 serving 4. Eli, another nice service. Vu begins, or Trong begins. Chetty up at the line, up at the net, I should say. Able to send that right back as Julian picks up his 6th kill of the match. Highlanders 7-point advantage, leading 11-4. Remember, here in set 5, we go to 15 points. Highlanders 4 points away from loading up the bus to head over to Natick. Highlander baseball team returning as I look around from their practice. It's Colin Bourne. He'll be the starter tomorrow against Bill Ricca. Preston Ardolino, I see him as well. Ardolino and Bourne definitely in discussion for GBL MVP. Although the Highlanders did lose the opportunity to share the GBL championship with a late season loss to Everett, they finished 2nd in the GBL. Here at Broome, the volleyball team looking to book their passage to the round of 32. They're 4 points away. Ben Cleary gets the set, and he knows exactly what to do with it as he picks up his 15th kill of the match. 5 serving 11. And Sebastian Boynov out on to the court. Remember, the Highlanders not going as deeply into the bench as the Eagles. The Eagles on a 14-person rotation today. Highlanders rotating 8 players off and on. Chetty, one of them, as he has his 7th kill of the match. Chetty has brought his A game tonight. 1 block, 3 aces, and 8 kills for the Highlander senior Julian Chetty. Dylan Maiden back at the service line. 12 serving 5. Vu sets Cleary. Cleary knows what to do with it. That strong left outside attack. Big swing from the big man, Ben Cleary. Side out back over to the Eagles, but the Eagles have got to put together some service points here because they trail by 6. Highlanders are 3 points away from shutting the door. Schreiber at the service line. Back set, Bienemy. Good dig there by Trong. Dug out by Torlentis. Now Chetty. Oh my goodness, Julian Chetty. 9 kills in the match for Julian Chetty. Highlanders are 2 points away from the round of 32. Freshman Connor Bicknell back at the service line. He's got 4 aces in the match. Cleary begins the return. Shriver gives it back to Cleary. And Ozzie with the block. It is match point. As Ozzie adds a block to his total, the crowd wants it. The Highlanders have match point. Shriver setting Cleary. Cleary again able to cross court that one. 17 kills for the Eagles senior. Can the Highlanders end his career with the Eagles, his high school career right now? Torlentis, soft touch, and that's it! The Highlanders have won it! 15-7 in set number 5. The Highlanders are moving on to Natick. In a thrilling 5-set victory, the Highlanders will go to Natick in the round of 32. So the Highlanders improve their record to 14 wins on the season and get a huge postseason victory and the opportunity to face number 3 seed Natick. We will have the date and time of that as soon as we can, and we will try to cover that for you here on Somerville Ed TV. What an exciting match. As you can tell, my voice is basically gone, as the Highlanders filled up the stat sheet. First of all, tip of the captain, number 18 for the Eagles, Bing Cleary, as his high school career ends here at Broome Fieldhouse. 17 kills for Cleary, 2 aces, and a block for the Eagles captain and senior. Looking over at the Highlanders side, let's just talk about the seniors. As Evans Bienemy, 5 kills in the match for Evans. Julian Chetty, he filled it up all over the place. A block, 3 aces, and I believe, as I'm looking at it, 9 kills for the senior Julian Chetty. Eli Torlentis was absolutely unstoppable. 16 kills for Eli to go along with a block as well, as he adds to his 600-plus kills in his Highlander career. And Ozzie Marks, a tremendous all-around game for the senior captain, as he blocked a couple blocks for Ozzie. But the big thing, and of course multiple assists, but the big thing, 5 kills for the Highlander captain, as he was doing strong work at the net and throughout for the Highlanders. So the Highlanders will move on to the round of 32 to face off against Natick. As I said, we will try to have coverage of that for you here on Somerville Ed TV. We're very, very excited about that. We will see what this team can do, as after a rather inconsistent regular season, they did not achieve the GBL championship, but they have won in the first round of the playoffs, moving on to round number 30, the round of 32, after this 5-set victory over the Eagles of Boston College. That's going to do it for us here from Broome Fieldhouse. Thank you so very much for watching at home. We really, really do appreciate it. Make sure you have mashed your buttons. Hit that like, share, subscribe, get those notifications so you'll know when that Natick matchup will be coming up as well. Thank you very much to Bill Trudell on the camera today. Joe Constantine, thank you so much. He is our director, and my name is Todd Harmon. You have been watching Somerville Highlander postseason volleyball on Somerville Ed TV.